live on Hosanna Radio every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8. Once again, we're back and better than ever. This is the third week of 2023. Third week already of 2023. Time is already flying, man. Time is already flying. Thank you for everybody listening, tuning in. This is Deuce Sports Show. And I'm happy to have you. Happy to have you tuning in to Hosanna Radio and also Facebook Live on the Deuce Sports Show on Facebook. Once again, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here another week. Like I said already, we're going to try to be more consistent. We're going to try to be more consistent this year. We're going to try to, be more fluid in the year of 2023. Like I said, 2022 was a hell of a year. But, we're going to do better. And life is all about getting better and being better, progressing, developing, and, owning up to your responsibilities, owning up to being better, to being better as a brother, to being better as a husband, to being better as a friend, to being better as a brother in Christ, being better as an employee, to being better as a father, to being better as a neighbor, and to being better as just a law-abiding citizen in our community. We're gonna get right into it. Last week was a happy week. I came in here, talking about how we made the playoffs, talking about how how that throughout everything that we went through throughout the season, we fought through and we still made the playoffs. Throughout all the adversity, we fought and made the playoffs. And not too many teams could say that we made the playoffs, that they made the playoffs and we did. And let's get right into the game. Let's be honest. When the game came, when we heard that we was going to play the Bills, let's keep it real. We didn't think we had a shot, man. I didn't think I had a shot. We had a shot. Mitch didn't think we had a shot. And everybody else in Miami didn't think that we had a shot. And, we was hoping that by some miracle, Tua Tagovailoa would have got cleared from concussion protocol. And, I think as the radio show was on last week or a little bit before, the day before, there was breaking news that that Tua Tagovailoa was ruled out of the playoff game against the Buffalo Bills, and that Skylar Thompson will be lining up to start. Now, we was also hoping that, man, maybe Teddy Bridgewater can suit up. Maybe he can make it. Maybe he can start. Nope. He wasn't healthy enough to start, but he was healthy enough to be a backup if need be. And Skylar Thompson was our quarterback. Now, a lot of people, you know, want to, go back to the preseason and say, you know what, even I had to, even I went back to the preseason, and I was like, man, when he was in the preseason, he was throwing the ball everywhere. He was playing so well to the point where we was like, why don't, you know what? This man could be able to be the starting quarterback, right? And he played so well that we couldn't let him go. We couldn't release him. He had to stay on the team. That's how well he played in the preseason. He outshined all the quarterbacks in the preseason. Granted, Tua did not play as much because he's the presided starter. I understand all that. But he made the team for a reason, guys. Now, the reason why we came to a consensus that we had no shot was because the last couple of starts that he's played, it was as if he couldn't throw a football. As if he can barely throw. Right? And that was our consensus. That was what, gave us the mindset that, man, I ain't gonna lie, we got no shot. And as the game is being played, right? You start to see, as usual, Josh Allen, throwing the ball all over the place and whatnot, and doing what he want to do with the football and whatnot. So, of course, our mindset is like, yeah, just as we predicted, this is going to be a blowout. And I'm not going to lie to you. These Dolphins, after this game with the Bills, it showed me something about this team. It showed me that this team has a no give up mentality, a mentality where it's a next play, next play. Shouts out to Samson, Mitch's cousin, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you for tuning in. And their mindset, from my perspective, from me watching this playoff game and me watching the season, they developed a mindset of next play mentality. And yeah, we lost 4 in a row, but dag nabbit next play. Let's see if we can stop them on this play. And after a while, when you continue to push through, when you continue to move forward and continue to work towards a goal, listen, people, you will eventually garner some results. Right? Like, you will eventually reap what you sow. And what are you sowing? You are sowing a never give up mentality, a continue to push through mentality. Nobody wants to give you an opportunity. Nobody wants to give you a shot. But your mindset is like, I am who I believe I can be. And I'm going to continue to push through because I believe in myself. We're going to continue to push through because we believe in each other as a team. All right? All the way to the last game of the season where they came out victorious 9-6 against the New York Jets. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Throughout the games that Skylar Thompson played in the season, he looked like he couldn't throw a football. Like he couldn't throw for 30 yards, throw down the field for 30 yards. So, when this game came on and I started seeing something different from Skylar Thompson, what did I started seeing? I started seeing Skylar Thompson. I started seeing as if Mike McDaniel said, you know what? The playoffs, this is the playoffs right here. And no more babying you, man. Here is the plays. Here is what I need. I'm going to give you call the plays as if Tua is playing. You're going to have to sling that rock. And I'm not going to lie to you. Skylar Thompson started throwing that ball, man. Throwing it deep, throwing it intermediate, throwing it in all trajectories of the field. And my mindset was like, where was this in all the other games that he played? Maybe we could have won an extra game by them doing it that way. By them playing him that way. By them using him that way. Why did you wait till the playoffs to open up the playbook for Skylar Thompson? Because he looked like a completely different quarterback when he was playing against the Bills in the playoffs. My mindset was like, who is this guy? And where did he come from? Because this wasn't the Skylar Thompson that started 3 games in the regular season. And shouts out to Mike McDaniel. You did a wonderful game plan. The only problem I have with you, sir, is why was the play call coming in so late? I don't understand. I couldn't understand it. We had 6 timeouts, 3 in the first half, 3 in the second half. We used all timeouts on saving Skylar Thompson from getting a delayed game. We used all 6 of them on saving a delay of game. We would have had 6 penalties for delay of game. No, we would have had 7. We got saved from 6 because of timeouts. But the 7th one, we didn't have no timeouts to save, which was the 4th and 1 in the fourth quarter, down 3 with 3 minutes left, trying to drive down the field. That was the one that we could not save. Shouts out to Pastor King for tuning in on Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in. My problem was, why was the plays coming in so late? I couldn't understand it. And I understand the crowd is loud. There's a lot of information. And, Skylar Thompson, I mean, to my perspective, in my opinion, you've been on the team for a whole season now. It's the playoffs. You still taking this long to process all the plays that he's trying to disseminate to you? Because I know with Tua, he brings in the plays. He calls in the plays. All right, we on the field, we in the line. 10 seconds left. Now he can survey the field. He can make audibles if you need to make any audibles. He signals the motions when he needs to signal the motions. But it's 10, 15 seconds in, and we're still huddling up, trying to bring out the play to everybody that's in the huddle. Why was it taking so long? Why was it taking so long? And every time the huddle broke, literally it was 10 seconds left, and they're rushing to the line, and it was 5, 4, 3, and here's Skylar Thompson. He's trying to sort of center to hide the ball. And each time we're having a near miss of a delay of game because we're taking literally the whole time clock to call a play. If it was 25 seconds to call a play, we took the full 25 seconds. We hiked the ball literally at 1 second each play. Why? I understand he's a third string running quarterback, but at a certain point in time, you have to know, and you have to. It's a playoff game. You should know all the plays by now, in my opinion. And in my opinion, for that was the only problem I had with the game. The time it took for the plays to take an effect. Play in and play out, each play. That's the only problem I had. But besides that, I don't have a problem with the game because at the end of the day, we was an inferior team. Nobody gave us a shot. We was a 13-point underdog. Nobody. Shouts out to Mackenzie for tuning in. Thank you. Nobody gave us a shot. So my thing is this was supposed to be a blowout. And Mackenzie's saying bad execution. I understand it was for me, the offense was good execution, but it just took too much time to execute. That's all I'm trying to say. The execution was good, but you took too much time to execute. We had 6 timeouts. Each timeout was to save a delay game. That was remarkable. I've never seen that before. But I understand. Mike McDaniel was in a lot of pressure. And this is why I feel like we got a good coach. Because we had another coach who was an offensive guru, who was a quarterback guru, and Adam Gase. Adam Gase is supposed to be this offensive mastermind and whatnot. And I did not see him doing the work that he did this year. I do not see him calling the game that he called, that Mike McDaniels called in this playoff game. So Mike McDaniels is a hell of a coach. Let's not get it twisted. Mike McDaniels can coach. Mike McDaniels can run an offense. I still believe this is the best offense we had maybe since Marino, in my opinion. So let's not get it twisted. Mike McDaniel came out with a great game plan against the Buffalo Bills. And in my opinion, the only problem with him and with the team was the only problem is just the time that the plays was coming off. And now McKenzie they talking about Tom Brady. Now reports, I was going to talk about this later, reports coming out that Tua Tagovailoa is presumed and is going to be the starter next year. And in my opinion on that, I understand. 3 concussions in one season, that's bad. 3 concussions in one season is bad. But now, if you are talking in lockstep with the doctors, with the neurologists, and they are, speaking to you and they are showing you everything, and they're telling you that, you know what, if you just rest up and you'll be all right and whatnot, and they're giving them good signs, why not come back? Right? So now, the reason why I say why not come back, Tua, he has this offense down pat. The kid is saying he thinks Tua is done. I don't think so. Tua has this offense to a T. You don't think Tyreek Hill want him back? You know what? I think Tyreek Hill want him back. 1,800 yards? Yeah, I think Tyreek Hill want him back. Waddle, almost 1,400 yards? Yeah, I think. You feel what I'm saying? Waddle want him back. The person I probably think don't want him back is probably Mike Gesicki. He do not want him back. Give me another quarterback. Tom Brady used tight ends. So Tom Brady will work for Mike Gesicki. But in my opinion, Mike Gesicki probably won't come back. He'll probably go to another team and whatnot. And it would be foolish for Miami to try to franchise Mike Gesicki after, you didn't even use him this year. Like, at a certain point in time, Mike Gesicki wants to play. He wants to get Pro Bowls. He's 5 years in. He wants to show the league that he's the guy, that he's an upper echelon tight end. He has the talent to be. And I feel like, in my opinion, the way you used Mike Gesicki this year, you wasted a season of his prime, in my opinion. So if I'm Mike Gesicki, I'm out of here. I don't want to be here no more. So now, but in my opinion, I feel like you give Tua 1 more year. He has 1 more year left on his contract. Let him come back. Because guess what? When he was upright and straight, he was a top 3 MVP candidate, bruh. And Mike McDaniel looking at it like, bruh, Tua, when healthy, has had us at 8-3. And McKinney said, I agree with you 100%, but I think his best years already behind him. Like you said, 3 concussions is a lot. I understand that 3 concussions is a lot. But if you go the whole season, healthy, recovering and whatnot, rested up, they're going to give you a special helmet this coming season. You damn sure ain't going to wear that helmet you played last season. That's over with. They're going to give you some other season, another helmet, which probably going to be a little bit heavier, but it's going to protect your head. If you go 3 concussions this year and then you don't go another concussion the rest of your career, you know what? You might be straight. But that's what we're hoping. But now if you go next season and you go get 2 more concussions, bro, you might as well go retire right then and there, bro. Retire mid-season, bro. It's over. You get what I'm saying? McKenzie, hey, you ain't come to play today, bro. Hey, but said, bro, he was throwing gang signs. Hey, McKenzie said Tua was throwing gang signs on the ground. Hey, you got a point. You're right. That looked bad. That was bad. But if the doctors check you out and they say you straight, you got to trust the doctors. At the end of the day, they're the medical professionals, not us. From a vantage point, from us watching on TV, we're going to say, no, don't play no more because of how we see things. But just because how we see things, that doesn't always mean what it is. You know what I'm saying? Pastor King said we definitely used him, Gesicki. We definitely underused Gesicki. That would have taken the offense to the next level. I agree with that. How do you have a tight end of that echelon with that talent? You don't use the middle, the intermediate middle. You had Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle going down the seams and whatnot, catching long balls. Mike Gesicki was supposed to be in the middle. See, what they did was they put Sherfield. They had Sherfield as pretty much Gesicki's role. What Sherfield was supposed to be was what Gesicki was supposed to be. Sherfield is a good receiver as well. I feel like Sherfield was used more than Gesicki was. That's number 81, right? I don't remember what his 81? Name. 81, right? It was another receiver, but he came from San Francisco, Sherfield. But yeah, you know, McKenzie was like, I was scared. Hey, everybody was scared. But like I said, I feel like with the if Tua comes healthy next year, everything checks out. Brain scans, everything checks out. I feel like we're going to be a force to reckon with. We went through so much this year, and we still made a playoff. Imagine a healthy Tua. Tua has to learn how to fall. Go to Tom Brady's house. Go to Aaron Rodgers' house. Go to somebody, I don't know who else, house, a veteran, and have them teach you how to fall. Have them teach you how to slide. Have them teach you how to avoid big hits and whatnot. But you can't continue to just let these defensive linemen just maneuver you all over the place. They grab you, you just let them sling you like a rag doll. It can't happen no more. That can't happen anymore. So I feel like next season, King said we need to beef up the O-line. I feel like, to be honest, this is one of the best seasons the O-line has shown in a long time. And we was mostly hurt. There was multiple injuries across the O-line, and the O-line still wasn't that bad, in my opinion. So whoever that offensive line coach, he did a really good job, in my opinion. And we had backup linemen that was on the field and whatnot, and we still was doing pretty good, in my opinion. But the O-line can get better and should get better, in my opinion. And we got a lot of draft picks and whatnot that's gonna that's coming up in the draft. We got a lot of draft picks, so we could snag a couple of more offensive linemen and whatnot. We were supposed to have 2 first-round picks in the first round, but now we only got 1 because of the suspension with the situation with Tom Brady and the owner and whatnot and Brian Flores and whatnot. So now we only got 1 first-round pick. But we still got 1 first-round pick. We could get us a nice player with that first-round pick and whatnot. And we still got some, some maneuvering we could do in the offseason. I feel like we in a good spot. And in my opinion, if Tua comes back healthy, man, bro, he already got the offense down pat. You got to also remember, Tua, how many years in a row Tua has been in the offense? Tua has his first year, if I'm not mistaken, it was Chan Gailey. The second year was somebody else. I don't think he had multiple seasons. I don't think he had consecutive seasons with the same offense. So now this offseason, you don't even got to try to learn new offense. You just coming in and continuing where you left off. And where did you leave off? You left off 8-3. You left off, above 500. You left off in the top of the league in all categories in terms of completion percentage, passing touchdowns, yards per play, and whatnot. All he got to do is continue where he left off. And with the healthy Tua, I feel like we're going to be back where we was 13 games in, which was 8-3, barring all these injuries and bad luck, stuff that always tends to happen with the Dolphins. So I feel like everything is on the up and up with Tua, and I hope he stays healthy. I pray he stays healthy. Like, look, come on, man. The man had a season, like, we was afraid of his hip injury. That was our major concern with Tua. His hip. We're not even talking about the hip anymore. I guess the hip checked out. This is the first time he had a situation with concussion. Granted, it was 3 in 1 year. If he don't have any other problems with that again, then he gonna come out okay, in my opinion. And McKinney said we're gonna have a top tier O-line. Yeah, we're gonna have one because we already have a O-line that did pretty good this year. And on top of that, we're just gonna add to what we already have. And so in my opinion, that we're gonna be in a good spot. Yeah, McKinney said at one point, I thought we were going to be going to. Everybody said that at one point we was considered to be a contender. At one point, I said this last show. I said this was the first time in a long time that the national media was giving the Dolphins respect. Whenever you talked about the Bills, whenever you talked about the Bengals, whenever you talked about San Francisco, you talked about all these upper echelon teams, Dolphins was up there with the upper echelon team. They were also talking about the Dolphins. You had all the Colin Cowherds of the world, the Stephen A. Smiths of the world, all the other people of the world, Skip Bayless of the world. We always talking about the Dolphins. They always talking about Dolphins. They always talking about Tua. So we was in the limelight. We was in the headlines, man. Because we was considered a contender. So my thing is, like, if Tua comes back healthy, no concussions, they spend more money on the O-line to make sure that, they protect them and that we don't have to worry about, him getting, sacked to the point where he hits his head. We're gonna be a contender all over again. So I feel like, we're in a good spot. Now, when it comes to back to the game, I just feel like I didn't expect us to play as good as we played against the Bills, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I did not. And one thing I'm gonna say to y'all, bro, this defense made turnovers. Shouts out to Xavier Howard. He made a pretty interception in the second quarter. And after that, we had Skylar Thompson going down, and shouts out to Mike McDaniel in the second quarter. He went for it on a 4th and 8. Went for it on a 4th and 8 in the second quarter with 4 minutes left, and we converted. And then we continued down the drive, right? And after that, we was able to get points from that. As the main thing that was positive in this game was after each drive, we converted points. One drive was 3 points. Another drive was another 3 points. Then we were 6. Next thing you know, we're getting more turnovers, we're getting more stops and whatnot. All of a sudden, it's a game. And I got to give this team a lot of credit, man. We did not give up in the game. Even though everybody looked at us as, oh, we were the inferior opponent, they didn't look at it as that. They looked at it like we could win this game. And I know you guys say Mike McDaniel, he's a weird dude, and and he's different, and he acts different, talks different, looks different. But one thing about it, for some reason, when the team gets on that field, for some reason they're motivated to play. And the kids say, yeah, he thought they was finna get work. We all thought they was finna get work. We just was happy we made the playoffs. So now we going into halftime, and we're down 20, if I'm not mistaken. We're down 20-17. So now, if I'm not mistaken, everybody's shocked. I'm shocked. Everybody named Mama shocked. 2 interceptions in the first half. One by Xavier Howard and another one by Javon Holland. Now, after that, Skylar Thompson, for some reason, in the first 2-3 games of the season, of the first 2-3 starts that he started during the season, it was as if he couldn't throw a ball. It was as if he couldn't throw for 30 yards. It was like, I'm like, where was this quarterback the whole time? We could have probably won an extra game if Mike McDaniel gave the game plan that he did against Buffalo Bills in the regular season. And like I said, we came out like gangbusters. We came out and fought. But I have to say this, man. Now, Mike McDaniel, great coach. You know, you're a rookie head coach, and for what you went through as a rookie head coach, and for how you exhibited your game planning and whatnot as a rookie head coach is very impressive. But one thing about it, when you're always doing a job for your first year, as a first year in any job, in any profession, there's always room to grow. And there's always there's always something to learn, right? And in my opinion, right, we went up 24-20 in the third quarter by a sack and fumble and a run back by Zach Sealer, right? He ran it back for a touchdown. And the defense was lights out, man. Now, here's the problem I had in the third quarter, right? You get a stop. One thing about the defense get a stop. This, if people don't know why there was a turning point in the game for the Bills and the Dolphins, this was the turning point. We get the ball back. 24-20. Right? 24-20. 7 minutes and 29 seconds. It's 3rd and 19. It's 3rd and 19. You backed up in the back, right near the end zone for the Bills. You do not throw a deep ball with 3rd and 19, backed up. You have a third string quarterback. Bro, when I seen that, right, I'm not going to lie to you. I felt like I'm a head coach. I felt like I was a head coach. Right? Because any veteran head coach would have been like 3rd and 19 on the 15 to 20 yard line. Not on our side, but on the Bill side. Nah, man. I'm running the ball and I'm punting it. We're gonna play a few. We're gonna play a field possession game. I put the ball away. When I put the ball away, you're gonna have to march down the field and score to get that lead back, man. I'm not just gonna throw you a pick and then you have a short field, and then you go straight downfield after getting a short field and an interception and throw for a touchdown. That was the turning point of the game right there, bro. Mike McDaniel, you should not have went greedy right there. You should have punted the ball away. You should have punted the ball away. Now, because of that, they was able to get back the momentum and get back the lead 27-24. After that, we couldn't recover after that. So now, in my opinion, I feel like he will grow from that. I feel like if you gave him a do-over, he would have been like, man, I should have punted that ball. I should not have thrown that ball deep. 3rd and 19. Man, that was a play that was very hard. Like, that was a very hard play to convert. And he should have known that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, where are the assistant coaches to let him know, like, yo, we probably should run. We probably should punt this ball and play the field possession game. He was being too aggressive. King said he was being aggressive. No, that was too aggressive. There's one thing of being aggressive, but there's another thing. Looking for a call, that's a stretch. That is a stretch. To look for a call in that point in time, I don't know. I felt like that's not even aggressive, in my opinion. I felt like that was reckless. That was being reckless right there. And I felt like his mindset was like, man, I understand it's the playoffs. Pastor King said it's the playoffs. I understand that. But, in my opinion, and King saying lay it all out. There's one thing laying it all out, but there's another thing you got to coach smart, dude. Like, you up 24-20, third quarter, 7 minutes, 29 seconds left, 3rd and 19. You got a whole game left, bro. Let's play a field possession game. You backed up 15-yard line behind the Bills end zone. I'm putting that ball, man. And every veteran head coach, they would have punted that ball. Because their mindset is looking at the down and distance. They're looking at the percentages. Our defense just got 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a sack fumble with a touchdown return. So my thing is, like, you had every reason to trust the defense in that situation. So, in my opinion, that was a reckless call that probably cost you the game. If you punted that ball away and had made the Bills earn their way back down the field, we probably would have got another stop. Just how well the defense was playing, we probably would have got another stop, and we got us another opportunity to add points. And I just feel like that right there was the turning point of the game, man. That right there was the turning point of the game. And granted, I give you credit. We came back, we scored another touchdown that made it 31-34. Everybody was shocked. Everybody was like, whoa. These Dolphins, man, everybody's mindset was like, and the national media was like, if Tua was playing, we would have won that game. And I believe that too. If Tua was playing, this game would have been won. That is why the management and the administration say, you know what? If Tua's head checks out, if Tua's concussion checks out, and he recovers, and he clears for protocols and whatnot, we should give it another shot. Give Tua another shot, because in my opinion, he earned that shot. Y'all don't think he earned that shot? Y'all don't think Tua earned another opportunity to be a starting quarterback, another opportunity to play healthy? I feel like, in my opinion, he earned that opportunity. After all that he did this season, and after all that he went through this season, and then when he got those 2 concussions and then came back and still balled out, he earned that opportunity. He earned that opportunity to come back and try to play healthy and try to continue his career. Yes, he's earned 1 more year. Now, if you come in next year and somehow you get hurt with a concussion again and whatnot, I think it's time to hang it up, my brother. It might be time to hang it up. But one thing the Dolphins need to do, they need to sign They need to sign a really good backup, even better than Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy from the crib. I defended you all season, my brother, but golly, bro. I don't know what happened, bro. You keep getting hurt, bro. I don't get it. You had multiple times to take this team over and let it be yours, but you kept getting hurt. I don't know what to tell you, bro. And Pastor King said, with a healthy Tua, we're going to the AFC Championship at least. And I believe that. That is why I feel like they were so quick to let everybody know, hey, man, we're going to try to run it back. We're going to try to run it back with Tua, man. Because he did really good. And, you know, it's unfortunate that he had these concussions and whatnot. But in my opinion, and our opinion, and in the organization's opinion, he deserves another year. He deserves another shot. And like I said, people, they're going to look at, the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left when it was 4th and 1 and they couldn't even get out the huddle to try to run a play. It gave us a delayed game to bring us down back to 4 and 6. But in my opinion, and also in that play, Mike McDaniel ran the right play. If you go back and watch the replay and watch the tape, if that was Tua, that would have been a touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was not on the outside boundary, but he was in the inside slot. Man, the minute Skylar Thompson called a hike, Tyreek Hill hit a post, 7-yard post, inward. He was wide open. Nobody was near him. Tua would have hit that. Tyreek would have went at least 40 because nobody was near him. But that was the difference between a third-string quarterback and Tua. Instead of him seeing that first read, the defensive line start pushing in the pocket. He start getting jittery. He start, trying to, run away and look around. And instead, he's looking at Mike Gesicki and whatnot. And then, to be honest, in that play where Mike Gesicki had the ball, when he threw the ball to Mike Gesicki, that was a pass interference. That was a pass interference. And they didn't call it. So it was just a lot to really, go through and stuff like that. But like I said, that was a really great game. Might be, the future is bright and whatnot, and that was very impressive. We came out and showed out and whatnot, and after the break, we're gonna go into a break, and then after that, we're gonna get right back into it. We got more to talk about on the Do Sports Show. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back.